Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O. I do some YouTube stuff and some Ubering, and sometimes I'm glad I am doing some Ubering. I'm going to tell you what happened to me last night. At the end of the night, as I was getting off, I did one more run. There was a surge going on. I wasn't ready to go yet, and it was that time I tell you about, that 9:30 to 10 o'clock time. So I did one more run, and I went to pick up these three ladies downtown to take them back to their hotel. Not a very long ride. I think it was like 8-9 minutes maybe. So I picked them up. Well, Daddy-O had the right music playing. Daddy-O had his car smelling good. Daddy-O had a clean car for him to hop in. And we had a good ride. We talked all the way back. They were having fun. Very great ladies. Bottom line is, I got paid $14, I think 14 something on the ride with the surge going on. They got out. I got a $20 tip on the app, but I got handed this also. I got handed a $100 bill on top of what the fare paid me, on top of the tip that I was given on top of the fare, and I got this handed to me. And I would have not got none of this. I promise you, I would have not got none of that if my car had been dirty, if my car had been smelling bad, if I'd had the wrong music playing. I don't think the environment would have been created that those ladies were enjoying so much on their ride back from the nice restaurant back to the nice hotel. And this happens. I've told it in other videos before. It's not uncommon to take someone back and get a 10, a 20, a 50 handed to you. But when they get out on such a short ride and they had such a great time and the environment was just so perfect for them, and for them to hand you that at the end, 8-mile or about 9 minute trip is what it really was. A little bit of traffic. We weren't in a hurry. But for that ride, I made, what was it, it'd be $134. Work your systems. Find you a system. Make it work for you. It's not hard to make it happen. And I've talked about it in other videos real quickly. I've done high-end stuff before. That taught me how to do my Uber so well. But just play the games. There are many ways to do your Uber. I'm not getting into all of that today in this video. I just wanted to talk about the rewards you can get by paying attention to the details that I've talked about in other videos. So when it happens, when these things happen, I'm going to make a video about it, because I want people to know that this is the kind of rewards you get. I talk about the 305. I do an Uber rental. That's another thing that helps, because I drive up in a new car, not an old car, or not an old vehicle. I drive an SUV, Uber rental SUV. But that's the kind of things, the environment that you can create by doing it the way I do it. It's not going to work for everybody. But when things happen like this, I just have to stop and say, guys, I'm not just trying to tell you that this is going to happen for you. And I've talked about it before. I work in a unique place. And there are a lot of unique places in the world. If you're not living in one or you're not near one, find you one you can go work in when you're doing your Uber. All right? Find those spots that you can focus on and you can concentrate and you can learn. Because I don't normally, even last night bringing the ladies back to the hotel, I don't normally do what Uber tells me to do. I'm that guy. I don't normally look at the map. I've explained that before. I know my area real well. So it's not uncommon for me, instead of taking the shorter route, especially when I know it's my last ride, to take a little bit longer route, to take people down the beach, to point out a few houses here and there of celebrities, point out things to them on the ride. I know how to work my system so well that I can almost at points guarantee that I'm going to get handed a cash, or someone's going to throw me a big tip on the app or something like that. It happens. It happens, and it's just my system. So I've talked about it in videos. If you want to learn that, go look at some of the other videos. I'm not going to break it all down in here this video. This was just a talk about being rewarded for doing exactly what I tell people out here to do. It frickin' works. I don't know how better to explain it. I'm trying my hardest right this second, if you can't tell. Daddy-O right now is trying his hardest not to break it all down on how to do what I do, because I've done videos on that this past week. So if you're interested in the procedures and the little 4-step systems that create that right there, go watch some of my videos. And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't going to talk a whole lot about it in this video, and I'm not. I do an Uber rental. It helps me do what I do. It's just the way it is. So if you're interested in doing that, try it out. See if it'll work for you. Check into it. I have videos on this, and you can still tell you people that have seen me before. If you haven't seen me before, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk about this kind of stuff from time to time. But people that have seen me before know that I have explained the procedures, the details of how to do what you do. I've explained this in detail before. I'm just kind of giggly this morning. I haven't even done an Uber run yet this morning. I come out here, start looking at comments, going through my comments, trying to answer comments. Something you have to do once you get a channel started is important. But yeah, I still had the $100 bill laying down here underneath my dash here, underneath a little towel I keep down there. I had the $100 bill and it was sticking out this morning. So when I pulled in here and started going through all those comments, I said, I got to talk about this a little bit. I got to tell people, and I'm not doing this, please. I'm not doing this to brag about this right here. This is just an example. Trying to encourage or trying to reinforce what I've been saying for a long time. It's not hard to do Uber if you do it a certain way, or certains, put an S on the end of that, way to do it. And find you a way to do it, work you an area, go in and look at my other videos. Don't go there. Go look at some of my other videos about this, because I've explained it in quite detail. So if you're new here and you've never seen me before, just go binge watch for a while. Look at some of the other stuff. If you're interested in doing Uber, you're new to Uber, you need to watch some of my videos, because I think I can help you get off on the right foot if you're paying attention to certain things. Whether you're doing a rental or you're doing your own personal vehicle, it does not matter. So don't think that you can't do it. Yes, anybody can, as long as you got a back seat in your vehicle. That's another story from long ago. Anyway, Uber that didn't have a back seat had rolled up carpet in the back seat for a seat. Anyway, I've seen and I've heard the stories out here, guys, about some of the vehicles that are running around. So, yeah, you can be rewarded. And I'm struggling right now not to go into other things because I didn't want to make this video that long. But you can be rewarded. Pay attention to the little details that I've talked about on here, and you will be rewarded, all right? Anyway, for right this second, Daddy-O out for today. I've got another thing I want to talk about, but I don't know if I'm going to do it today or do it tomorrow. It's Sunday. You guys, kind of cloudy here. We're supposed to have some rain later, but anyway, I'm out here working it. Let me get off of this and sign back on the Uber. All right. You guys have a good afternoon. Good evening. Bye.